Hi, my name is Kaylee Deonda, and I'm here to discuss supporting ELL students and their families for classroom teachers. So, we are here to help. There are many members of the school that can help and support our teachers and our ELL students and their families. Some of our school staff are my multilingual teacher, a multilingual coach, and we also have a multilingual parapro that will collaborate with the classroom teachers to support our ELL students and their families. Our multilingual parapro will push into the classroom to help support the ELL students with the content that you are teaching. They can also conduct small groups as they are trained in the interventions used in our school system for ELA, such as UFly. Our parapros will dedicate 30 minutes to an hour for each classroom, depending on the caseload of ELL students in your classroom. The multilingual teacher will co-teach with you to support our ELL students in your classroom. This is also your go-to person for anything you might need or surrounding the English language learner students and their families. They can help by helping with printing, so anything that needs to be translated for families, you can give to them and they can translate it in any of the languages you need that can be sent home. They can also help you with communicating with families verbally by teaching you how to use our translating service that is provided by the district. The multilingual coach can provide tons of strategies for you to use to help our English language learners in the classroom. They will also provide many professional development opportunities. Some will be part of the required professional development meetings that are already put into the calendar. There's also a Google Classroom for each school for the multilingual coach. In there, you will see many different research strategies and different things that you can use in your classroom. They will also come and model those strategies if you would like to see it done in person in your classroom. Next, we have a communities and schools person. This organization can help with any learning barrier families or students may face. For example, they can provide proper clothing. So if you notice a student doesn't have a winter jacket or boots, they can help provide those. They help with housing. If students are struggling with finding equitable housing or with their water bills or their electric bill, communities and schools can help get them the programs to help pay for those. They also provide vision and hearing screening. So if you know as a student might be having trouble seeing the board, you could refer them to the communities and schools to have it test done. They will also help financially support the screening and getting glasses or whatever that student might need. They will also help with doctor visits, paying for those, transporting families to those. They provide food security, so if students need food for home, they will give meal packs, especially over the long periods where we are out of school, such as winter break. They will provide meal packages for the family. We also have counseling services that students can have right here at the school and many more. Basically, if a student or their family is struggling and it's impacting learning, then please reach out to communities and schools to see if they can help. Advocating for ELL students and their families. So, I have incorporated some strategies that you could try to implement and use to advocate for your English language learners. Our first strategy is try to incorporate some of the strategies and tips posted in the Google Classroom by our multilingual coach into your content lessons. Those are research based and they are really effective in helping our English language learners. And anything that's good for an English language learner is also going to help support all of your students. So they are really useful strategies. Another strategy you could use is to reach out to the multilingual teacher to help translate any papers that go home with students. Now, the school will automatically translate back to school packets, conference letters, anything that the school is sending home. But if you have like a newsletter or uh, something that you want to give to the families to communicate with, they can translate it for you. Another strategy is to join the curriculum team to help write and choose curriculum that promotes best practices for our ELL students. The curriculum team meets once a trimester at the administration building. This is also a paid position, so you would get paid a curriculum rate, which is $50 an hour. Another strategy is helping students to learn to advocate for themselves outside of you being there. For example, if a student needs to ask for halal food in the cafeteria and you're not there, teaching them how to do that respectfully so that they can get their needs met. Another strategy is to join the school improvement team to advocate for changes in school that can be made to help create a more welcoming and inclusive environment for our students and their families. And lastly, try to include language objectives in your content lesson. This will really help when planning on how to incorporate those strategies that you learn in the Google Classroom. Creating your classroom environment. Most importantly, it is a necessity to make sure that our ELL students feel represented in your classroom. They need to see themselves in the literature and in the classroom instruction in order to feel a sense of belonging. The district does provide you with a cultural relevant library. However, it is also important to incorporate those texts into our instruction, not just having them in a bookcase on the shelf. Also, using technology can help bridge the language barriers and also provide students opportunity to use their first language in the classroom. So, for example, Epic is a website that has both Spanish and English books that students could read either one. You could also incorporate Google translators if you want students to write maybe their rough draft of a written piece of work in their first language and then have it translated online using a Google translator into English. So, those are just a few ways that you could add those to your classroom to create a more welcoming and inclusive environment. The last thing I would really suggest is to have visuals in your room. So when you display your daily schedule, include words and pictures to help with our English language learners. And also that helps all students as well. Possible obstacles you may face when trying to create your inclusive classroom. Time can be an obstacle in education that can make it difficult to provide the best experience for our ELL students. To overcome this obstacle, I really suggest to reach out to the multilingual teacher. Many times she can help you unburden this load and do some of those tasks for you. Another obstacle might be resources. So if you don't know about the resources or you're not sure that we have them, that can be a barrier. I would suggest reaching out to the principal with anything you might need, as they can usually find those resources or the items that you need. Lastly, is a language barrier. That can create an obstacle when trying to reach out to families and to keep in contact about what's happening in the classroom and how their student is progressing in their academics. To overcome this obstacle, I really suggest, again, talking to your multilingual teacher. She can teach you how to use the translating service that is provided from our school district. And that is it. And again, if you have any questions or need any support, please reach out to one of your staff members because we are here to support. Thank you.